So what do we do, folks? How do we deal with the situation that we're facing? Well, I firmly believe that the most important thing we can do is to move into our hearts, is to put ourselves in a state of heart energy and to do the right thing. Do the right thing in all that you do. And doing the right thing, like I've said before, it has nothing to do with following laws. Doing the right thing is doing what is right. It doesn't always require doing what the law requires. Sometimes it requires doing the opposite of what the law requires, because a lot of the laws that we are subject to are completely unjust. And I believe that any law that doesn't have justice as part of the law is no law. These laws are void. They are entitled to no obedience. I believe that if we all put ourselves in a state of heart energy and we start doing the right thing by everybody, then standing up against terrorist police officers, it would just happen by matter of course, because these people are doing the wrong thing. So we don't have to do what they ask us to do. You've got to remember that we are the ones that grant these people jurisdiction over ourselves. So it's very important for us not to grant them jurisdiction. I believe that that is a big part of it. But we need solidarity. We need unity. We need the people of the world to unite as one human family. We honestly do. Forget the divisions amongst people, because it doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor or black or white or what nationality you're from. What you've got to understand is that you are subject to the same forms of tyranny that are being dished out to everybody else. The enemy that we're facing is our governments. And there's nothing wrong with government. We need government, but we need government that is run by honest, decent, compassionate people. Not a criminal banking elite and their patsies and their puppets and pawns that they maneuver into power through their corrupt system. You know, all the media, all the stuff. I mean, voting is basically done by media these days. You could vote for anybody, folks, and whatever the media tells you, whoever they tell you the winner is, you're just going to believe it. Voting is basically theatre for the masses. Voting is just to give people the illusion that they're making a difference, the illusion that they have a say in what's going on. But the reality is that all leaders are puppeteered into place, and we are given one of two candidates to vote for, and both candidates are owned by the same people. So the agenda never changes. You know, we've got people like Obama saying he's going to come in and bring change. The only change he's brought in is he's gotten rid of what was left of the Constitution. I mean, it's a change of skin colour, but that's about it. The agenda remains the same. I mean, he's actually worse than Bush, and that's a big thing to say. That's a big call, to understand the damage that George W. Bush did to America, and to understand that within the first 100 days of office, Obama has out-Bushed George Bush, and he's out-Cheneyed Dick Cheney. He has absolutely decimated what was left of the Constitution. He's introducing bills that ban organic gardening. He's trying to get his Hitler Youth on the road. He's probably going to bring in mandatory vaccinations. We've got mercenary groups forming in places like Montana. We've got like little miniature Blackwater groups that are populated by international workers. Like, these are people from China and people from all different countries. They don't care if they kill Americans. They don't care who they kill. They have no love for America. These are basically terrorist mercenaries that are being deployed within the United States. We've got the loss of the First Amendment with the illegal dispersing of crowds in Pittsburgh. We've got the loss of posse comitatus with the deployment of military personnel within the United States borders. These are all things that are against the Constitution, all of them. So Obama's basically destroyed the First Amendment, so he's destroyed part of the Constitution, which is what he swore to protect. You've got to understand, this is their oath of office. The president has to stand up and take the oath of office. He has to stand there and swear to protect the Constitution in order to become the president. And then the first thing he does is get in there and completely obliterates the First Amendment. So he hasn't protected the Constitution. He has broken his oath of office, so he should be sacked. He's guilty of treason. He should be sacked. And that's basically the way it is in a nutshell. See, people just forget about all this stuff. They go, oh, well, I don't know, maybe he needed to do that. No. Look, his duty upon taking the presidency, his duty is to protect the Constitution. Any president that doesn't do that is guilty of treason by definition. So I'll call him out right now. I'll say, Mr. Obama, Barack Obama, I think that you're a treasonous scumbag and that you are a disgrace to America. You're a disgrace to your people. You obviously serve European banking interests and you have complete disdain for the people of the United States. So I think you should be held accountable, sir. That's what I think. I think all of the leaders of our countries need to be held accountable. Gordon Brown, Kevin Rudd, Barack Obama, they're all just tarred with the same brush. They really are a bunch of bankers' puppets. They're a bunch of scumbags, and we don't need these sort of people in power. So I think that's how we deal with it, folks. I think that we put ourselves in heart energy and we just stand up and say no. Because there are literally billions of us. You've got, what, 300 million people in America? I don't know what the actual number is, but you've got a lot of people in America. And you guys have the most weapons out of anybody on earth. So if it really came down to the wire, you could defend yourself. You haven't got any problems with that. But hopefully it won't come down to the wire if you do it now. If you simply understand the connection that you have to all other people. You know, everybody. There is no division among any people. Doesn't matter what class or race or religion you're from. You are just people, the same as the people next door. And all of your rights are being removed. And the only way to protect your rights and to make sure that you are secure and safe is to protect the rights of your neighbours. If you see your neighbour being persecuted and you don't do something about it, then you are agreeing for yourself to be subject to the same treatment. That's the way it is, folks. There is no grey area there. If you see a crime being committed against someone by the government, then you need to understand that that is also being committed against you.